Good morning everyone and welcome back to a brand new video. As you can see, I'm on my feet. My knee is healing really nicely. Still not 100%, but enough to be able to move around, which is lovely. Spring has sprung. It's really warm, the flowers are out, the goats are behind me, they're loving life. And I'm actually just down at the garage because we've got some fun work to get on with today and Theo is just suiting and booting up. We're the indie projects, Bee and Theo. In 2017, we bought an abandoned property in Central Portugal and spent the last few years turning it into a fully fledged homestead, converting an old stone barn into a cosy tiny home. Working non-stop and overcoming many obstacles, it turned out better than we ever could have imagined. As one chapter closes, another one begins. Our dreams of living even more remotely in a fairy tale forest with space for animals to roam and our passions to grow became a reality. Before we have even moved there, it was devastated by a huge wildfire, drastically altering the landscape. Immense flash floods followed as the land couldn't hold onto the water. Follow us as we carve out our new life on Miracle Mountain.
So I'm just about to fuel up the brush cutter because I got a lot of brush cutting to do. I noticed yesterday, every Sunday I go and do a perimeter check and walk basically the entire distance of the property, which is very big and absolutely knackered me out because it was really warm. But I spotted some broom. We pretty much eradicated all of the broom on the lower half of the property from the house down, which is a huge area. But I spotted some that are hiding out the way and I'll show you in just a sec. It's really hard to get across on camera how steep our property is. Because there's a paved road, I guess it assumes that it's flat, but it really isn't. And I've definitely lost weight since moving to this property, which is good, but we're heading over here.
I love walking through the orchards, they're really beautiful and I think the trees here are a mixture of peach, apple, cherry, maybe apricot, I'm not 100% sure. Quite a few of them are dead, but the ones that are alive have started putting out blossoms, which is so beautiful to see. Spring really is my favourite time of year, and the grass around here has grown up so much over the last few weeks. It's going to be quite a change to see it trimmed today.
Furrnando's decided to do a dump just before I'm about to get started with the strimmer. I feel like this is a protest. I've just discovered a water line that runs down here that has been completely melted. I'm going to spend a lot of my life over the next 5 years replacing these water lines. But it's actually quite fun to figure out where they come from, what they did, and then when you replace them, it's so satisfying. Right, here you can see all of this broom that I never even noticed because I never really walked on this part of the property much before. It's all hidden behind these massive cherry trees and this huge orchard. So what I'm gonna do is just get the brush cutter and hack all these down, and then we can either put them through the chipper or burn them.
I've been away for far too long. Now I've been looking for something I already found. In those sweet summer eyes, saying it's alright, baby.
It's incredible how quickly you can transform an area that was just overgrown, full of broom, and now it's nice and clear. And there's actually a line of fruit trees that I didn't even know were there because it was so dense in a line with broom, and some of the broom were like 15 to 20 foot high, so they've definitely been there a long time. But you can see here, which is quite exciting, some of the fruit trees along this row have actually survived because you can see the flowers and the buds on the top of the tree, which is incredible. So next year when we give it a nice harsh prune, that should turn back into a really fruitful tree, hopefully. If you come over here, you can see the size of some of these fruit trees. They're absolutely ridiculous. This here is a cherry tree, and I would say that is at least 20 foot high, and there's no way you're going to be picking cherries off that unless you're in an actual cherry picker. And if you come up here, feels like a secret garden. We're just uncovering new areas, but this is just lovely. We've got the rows of fruit trees all along, this lush green grass, and this has turned out really well. So what I'm going to do now is go mobile and run around the property while I've got this set up and just take out any broom that I see.
Down this row here, we've got a mixture of different trees, and we've got some cherry trees. As you can see, the trunks are really thick. They've been here for a really long time. They're very established and they are blossoming, which is wonderful. We're going to have plenty of cherries this year, and it's so good to see them in such nice condition. And I actually think, looking at the trunks, it's weird. There were certain patches where the fire just didn't come through, and you can see that it didn't actually touch these trees, but it did touch ones just past there. So these are all cherries, lots of different age stages. And then we've got a random citrus tree. Fairly sure this is an orange tree. It's not produced any fruit this winter. And then here, this looks like an apple tree. It's got very different bark, but it's also flowering, which is really lovely to see. And then more of them here. That one's super tall. And then I think these ones are a different type of apple. They're similar with the leaves, but they've not actually blossomed yet. They've produced the leaves first, which is really interesting, but they're so beautiful to walk through. It's so calming. Feels like a little secret garden, like Theo said. And then I know for sure this one is an apple. It's actually in pretty good condition, and it's gonna be blossoming very soon. Just check out these buds. And like I just said about the fire, it then came through this patch. Just missed that one because this one is burnt to an actual crisp. Look at all the ash that's just come off my hand. And then we've got a stunning, absolutely stunning tree. I'm fairly sure this one must be in the apple family because of the bark. But look at these blossoms. I don't know if my mic will pick it up, but this tree is absolutely swarming with pollinators. The bird song and the buzzing is so peaceful. It's amazing. I'm in my element here. I'm gonna sniff some flowers. Smells so good. I actually really want to pick a load of the wildflowers that are cropping up around here, because I did that last year on our off-grid property, and it was so nice to have flowers in the barn with us to bring a little bit of the outdoors in.
If you haven't heard about Squarespace, it's a fantastic online platform where you can build and design your very own website. We use Squarespace as a space for us to have our social media accounts, blog, shop, and even a newsletter all in one place. There's a whole host of handy features to help you create a website which is perfect for your needs, as well as having plenty of tools to make your website work for you. With a number of different themes to choose from which you can customize to your liking, you'll have your own website up and running in no time. Squarespace make it incredibly easy to even set up your own domain from their platform, giving you the professional web address without any hassle. If you'd like to give Squarespace a try and build your very own professional looking website, then click the link in our description or head to squarespace.com/indieprojects for a 2-week free trial and 10% off your first purchase of a website or a domain.
Light up the house, unlock the door, come out and meet me on the porch, 'cause I'm coming home. Train your eye on the setting sun, oh, be there when I'm done. Now I'm coming home. And I've been a fool since the day I left your side.
So whilst Theo's strimming, I've got loads of treats to give to the chickens. They love eating our leftovers. I've got some mashed potato for them and some seeds that they love picking at, so let's get them to them now. Here we go, guys. Also, look how excited they are. I'm in love with this omelette run. It's so good and actually strewn about. I'm currently working on expanding it. It's been so good at protecting them from the predators around here. In fact, I'm gonna get swarmed when I come in, so I think I'm gonna throw them some cabbage first to distract them. You ready, guys? Here we go, I can go in now. Okay, come on.
So I have eradicated so much brush and broom, and then I went out on the other brush cutter with the line and trimmed a load of grass up the road, and it's looking so much better, but there's a lot of mess. So I'm gonna fuel up the leaf blower and get leaf blowing all of the debris out of the way. This thing's gonna be so useful around the property because we have so many leaves and stuff that gets stuck on the road.
I see gold in the air, in promise in the streams. I see love in our hearts, the futures in our dreams. It's a tunnel kind of vision, like alcohol's involved. And I'll stray like a hound dog, but I'ma come back when she calls. When she calls, I'll come to her. When she calls.
It looks so wonderful, really neat and tidy now. It's actually quite surprising what a difference it's made. Trimming the side and then using the old leaf blower looks really good. And look how springy it is as well. Just love it.
So our goal with all of our fruit orchards is to get them looking how this one is. This is our main cherry orchard. It's absolutely massive. The grass is a perfect length. All of the buds are coming out and it's starting to flower. We're gonna have so many cherries just from this one orchard. And I just can't wait until the whole farm looks like this, because it's a pleasure walking through it. It's absolutely beautiful, especially when the sun's shining.
It's getting a little bit too hot to do the trimming now. Theo's sweating buckets. Made amazing progress, but we wanted to work on the taps that go from the house all the way down towards the garage. There's a line where there's numerous taps along it, and before we think there's a leak. Now I'm coming down, I've got the walkie-talkie, and we're just going to confirm which one is leaking and what we need to do about it. Here it is. Here's one of the leaky taps. This one, from looking at it, there's an irrigation pipe just here, and I think it went into there because there's no off tap. It's just literally a hole. And then there's another one just here. And then we have another one just here. This is the one that I'm sure was leaking because it did have loads of water on the ground after we used it. So I'm just going to see if Theo can hear me. Theo, can you hear me?
Roger.
I'm after Theo actually. Can you just confirm it's Theo? Can you confirm it's Theo? Over.
Yes, it's me.
I'm at the tap so you can go whenever you want.
Copy. I'm turning it on now.
Okay, go.
Stand by. Could be on its way anytime.
I can hear it. I can hear it coming through. Nothing yet though.
If we can solve this leak today, it'll be amazing.
Okay, it's nearly here. I can hear it. Oh.
So we need to find out where it's leaking. I know it's leaking from...
Okay, hang on, sorry. It's just coming out of that one we thought it was leaking out of. Oh, big spoke. And the one up the hill from it as well, so we can turn it off now. Ooh. Have you turned it off? It's still going. So we can see it's definitely shooting out of here and spluttering out of that one just over there. Hey, Furrnando. So we now know, gosh, it's still going off, that the water is coming out of there. There's no tap on the end of it. There are some levers, but they're to continue on from it. So we need to put something on there that will stop the water just leaking right out of it, because obviously that's just a massive waste of water. We lost 3,000 litres before because we didn't realise that these taps were leaking water. So fingers crossed we can fix that.
It looks like Furrnando. Have you found the leak? He's turned into a plumber, so hopefully he can help me fix this. So the water was coming out of here,
Yeah.
obviously, because it's wet. Where was the other place?
That one behind you.
Okay, yeah, so that one back there, we thought that it probably leaked from there, but I wasn't sure if it was connected to the same pipe, because it seems like that's an irrigation line for all of the trees in this area. So I'm going to fix this one first. Luckily, I had some 3/4 taps, so I've got 2 of them. I've got some PTFE, so I'll PTFE these up, get these installed, and then I should be able to close these off, and then we can go further down the line. There's another 3 or 4 taps, and hopefully, if all of them taps are holding water, jobs are good, and we've got water all the way down to where the goats are, which will change the game, especially for the summer. Not only is it safer if we have a fire, we can use a tap anywhere down the road, but also we can just have water right by the animals. We're right by the chickens, and we'll have a tap right by the goats. Perfect. This means if we have a working tap down here, we can feed a line directly to the chickens. So essentially we never have to top up their water. It can all be automated, which will be amazing. Why not make your life easier if you can, you know?
Exactly.
Right, it's ready to go. Let's get this in. Then that's one tap done, and we'll go and repair the other one. And then it's moment of truth.
Theo's just put the tap on the second tap thing, and now he's walking back up. I don't know if you can see him in the background, but yeah, he's walking back up to the house, and he's going to turn on the mains, and I'm going to keep my eye on both these taps, hope that they don't leak, and see whether they open up nicely and a good stream comes out. We won't ever be leaving these on permanently, because it would absolutely suck if a wild animal came and accidentally knocked open the tap or something and we lost a load of water. But here's hoping it works.
Okay, I'm going to turn it on now, right?
Yeah, ready. So Theo's turning them on now. It's not going to be the same as last time, because I'm not going to be able to hear the water kind of gurgling through the pipes like I could before.
I've just turned it on.
Okay, great. I'm watching with eagle eyes. Let's see what happens. It did take about 30 seconds maybe before. I feel like if anyone is going to be causing an issue, it'll be that funny little one just up there, because the casing it's in isn't very secure, so it's quite tough to get it on very well. But right now, they're still looking dry.
Okay, if you want, turn the main tap on, see if anything comes out. Not the main tap, sorry, the irrigation tap.
The little tap that has the weird concrete holder on it.
Yeah, turn that. Look for any leaks first, see if anything's leaking, and then turn that on.
Okay, I'm just going up to it now. So I'm looking at it and it looks bone dry. It looks bone dry, so I'm going to try turning it on.
Okay, go for it.
Oh, bloody hell! It works. It nearly exploded at me when I turned it on. And there's no leaks that I can see. I'll just do it again. Was that a fart?
Did you hear that?
Yeah, was that a fart?
Farted down the mic.
Well, that's exciting. The taps are working. There's no leaks. I can't put that one on full blast because it is literally just coming out like a... Oh, just hit myself in the face. It's coming out like that. And I already had a shower today. I don't need another one. But this is brilliant. It means that now, because I want to have my veggie garden where the chickens are, but I might actually have it close to the house. Either way, I now have water. We're just driving around the property, going down the tap line, and Theo's trying them all, and so far they've worked. Let's see. Oh, this one's a little bit reluctant, but there is water dripping out of it. Do you think it's clogged?
Yeah, I think it's blocked. I can hear stuff.
Theo's got wrench hands. He doesn't need a wrench, he can just use his hands. Careful, it doesn't... I've probably peed the mic. I was just about to say, carefully it doesn't shoot off in your face. You nearly lost your face. Amazing. Now it's just...
One or two taps away from the
Yeah. Are you stoked?
This is exciting.
Yeah, so we've got a tap just here on the garage. I think we've just got one on the garage. I don't think there's one on each side, but I don't know.
It's so close to the goats.
Well, this is fun. I get to sit around being chauffeured. And yeah, like Theo said, this is so close to the goats, it'll be really handy. So we can just top up their water trough and they can have water on demand. This one looks like a mummy. It's proper wrapped up. This shows you how cold it gets here.
Get out the car for this one.
Oh, I was just saying how much I'm enjoying sitting down. Don't you know I've got an injured knee? Okay. Is this the final one on the line?
So if this works, that is it. We've completed the taps all the way from the house down to the garage, which it would just be a game changer. So let's see.
Wow, the pressure's ridiculous. The pressure's
So good.
ridiculous. Bloody hell. We need to get a hose on that.
There we go. We have completed. I'm so happy. You don't know how much that means to us. That's going to make our life so much easier. Even like with the UTV, filling up at the font outside the house and bringing buckets of water for the animals. You can do that now, that's fine. But come the summer, you really can't. And this means we can connect. I'll be able to put tap hoses onto all of these. Tap hoses? I'll be able to put a fitting on here so I can attach a hose, which means essentially we can have sprinkler systems, we can do anything. Nothing is out of the question with this setup now, and that is clearly why they made it like this. I'm so happy. All of the pipes were buried way underground, which is why they survived the fire.
Something I enjoy doing, and I'm happy I can do it again now that my knee is much better. Still have to hobble a bit, but I love going and spending time with the animals. The chickens are closer to the house, so it's easier for me to go to them, and I'm just going to go and sit with them for a bit and let them have some free ranging time. And I'm going to talk you through that amazing electronic door that we just installed, because it has been a game changer. It's something that I wanted to install for quite a long time, but we just never got round to it. And this one was so easy to install. I wish we'd done it sooner. I love walking through here. And if you're wondering what all that stuff is in front of the coop, it's building supplies that we're going to be using to make their bigger coop in the future. There's no point really moving it because we're just going to have to bring it back. So for now, it's just there, chilling. And look at the chickens. Hey guys! They're ready and raring to go. Oh, Fernando's come to join you. Hey! Come on, William. You've made good work of this plate there left in here. Amazing. There's not a fleck of food left on it. Just many little beak marks. Put that there. Hello. Hey, Pinkles. Sandals. This makeshift shelter out of a plastic kitchen table has actually worked really well at giving them shade from the sun, and also when it rains, giving them some protection from the rain. But it's just a temporary measure, isn't it, Pingu? It's just a temporary measure. we're going to work on putting something over the top. But for now, it works and they're happy with it. And we are going to be expanding this. As I said earlier, I've got some pieces strewn about, ready to expand it that way. And then, yeah, there's the door. So I'm going to talk you through the door now. This right here is the control panel for the electric door. And it is truly something that has blown me away. And I didn't think I'd get this excited over a chicken door, but here I am. I mentioned there are different modes, so if you press OK and then go down, you can see that it's on the light mode. And this is the one where the sensor triggers the stage when the light opens. So let me see if I can show you, because I find it fascinating. If you go down, it shows you the light level. So right now we're on 100, which is broad daylight, very sunny. But if I put my hand over it, you can see the numbers changing. It's going down. So that's how it works, which I think is very smart. And the different modes are as well, if you don't want to do it just on there, if you hold it down, you can see that you can have it manual, where I showed if you just press OK, it shuts when you want it to and opens when you want it to. Or you can put it on a timer, so you can put in a specific time if that's what you prefer. But like I said, I'm really happy with the light mode, so I'm going to keep it on that.
For this I'd quit the undone. For this.
So you might have noticed that we have come to our off-grid property because the day has come where I have to say bye to my trusty old Kubota tractor. I'm going to miss this thing. It really did serve me so well on this property. But like I mentioned before, our new property is absolutely massive and we have a new tractor ready to take on the challenges there, but this is going to a really good home.
So Theo's just going to remove the front cage to the actual trailer because it's quite a tight fit. The tractor does fit, we have checked it before, but that front piece there will get in the way because we want to be able to put the tractor on with the back box. And thankfully, this trailer, all those pieces come off really easily. That literally took him no time at all. So now we can load the tractor on.
Right, let's get her fired up. My last drive on this trusty old steed. I really will miss it. It's such an amazing bit of kit. It's just the right size. It's not too small. I see other people, they have the really small ones, but you're really limited on what you can do with them. But this, it's so versatile. For this size property, it is perfect.
We decided to take the back box off in the end, just in case there's any sharp corners and to make sure there's more than enough room. So the tractor is now ready and loaded to leave the farm. This is a sad day. I know it's more sad for Theo, but even so, this tractor was our first and made us realise how awesome tractors are.
So Andreas and G, who's hiding behind the camera, they've got their own channel, so go and check them out if you want to see the project they're doing and also how the tractor's getting on. Go and subscribe to them because they got a really cool project up and coming really soon. So I'm now back home. It's been such a good day. It's sad to see the tractor go, but like I said, it's in good hands. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I'm knackered, I need to go and edit the video. I've got a guy coming round really soon who's going to be digging out the pond, so I've got lots of preparation to do for that. I'm looking forward to meeting him. It means that we're going to be one step closer to fixing our whole water system, which is incredibly exciting. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you on the next video.